Every night, thousands of people over 50 go to bed feeling completely fine, only to wake up paralyzed on one side, or sometimes not wake up at all. Most people are told the culprit is just high cholesterol, but the truth is far more complicated. While you sleep, your body changes in ways most doctors don't talk about. Your blood thickens, your arteries become inflamed and stiff, your pancreas struggles to keep up, and your stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline, quietly surge in the early morning hours. This perfect storm is why so many strokes and silent heart attacks happen between 3 and 5 a.m. when you least expect it. So, what is the real reason for a heart attack or stroke at night? What are the hidden heart attack warning signs most people miss? And more importantly, how can you protect your brain and your heart without becoming dependent on another prescription pill? In this video, I'll share 10 science-backed daily habits you can start today to thin your blood naturally, reduce silent inflammation, strengthen your arteries, and improve heart health for seniors while keeping your mind sharp. Make sure to stay with me until the end, because habit number 10 is a simple 5-minute weekly ritual that has saved countless lives. Yet almost no one talks about it. Why do so many strokes and heart attacks strike in the middle of the night, often while you're sound asleep? The answer isn't just bad luck or even just high cholesterol. 3 silent forces work together while you sleep, creating the perfect storm inside your body. First, blood pressure surges between 3 and 5 a.m. This is when stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline rise sharply. Even if you're resting, these hormones squeeze your arteries, making them tighter and more fragile, right when your heart is supposed to be at rest. Second, your blood thickens and clots are more likely to form. Why? Most adults over 50 are mildly dehydrated without realizing it. Combine that with slightly elevated blood sugar after dinner and high LDL or triglycerides, and your blood literally becomes heavier, stickier, like syrup. This sluggish blood is harder to pump, and even a tiny clot can travel to the brain or heart. Third, your arteries themselves are under attack. Years of processed sugars, fried oils, and repeated insulin spikes leave the artery walls inflamed and stiff, like brittle pipes. These weakened walls can't handle sudden changes in pressure, making silent heart attack warning signs and strokes far more likely. Think of your body as a river. When the water is dirty and thick and the riverbanks are hardened, it only takes a small pebble, a clot, to block the flow completely. That blockage is what leads to a stroke or heart attack, often without warning. The good news? You don't need another expensive prescription to fix this. By making 10 simple, science-backed changes to your daily routine, you can help clean your blood, reduce your risk of clots, and protect your brain and heart, naturally, starting today. Let's begin with the most common mistake that silently thickens your blood and raises your risk every single day. Number 1. Drink water the right way to avoid thick blood and silent clots. Most people over 50 don't feel thirst as strongly anymore. That's why mild dehydration is so common and far more dangerous than most realize. Even slight dehydration makes your blood thicker, almost like syrup. This forces your heart to pump harder, puts extra strain on your arteries, and creates the perfect environment for clots to form. These clots are among the biggest triggers for silent heart attack symptoms and strokes, especially in the early morning hours. In fact, over 60% of people admitted to hospitals for stroke arrive moderately dehydrated. So how do you drink enough and do it correctly to protect your brain and heart? Drink the right amount, about 30 to 35 milliliters per kilogram of body weight daily. For someone around 155 pounds, 70 kilograms, that's 2.1 to 2.5 liters a day. Counting fluids from food. Sip steadily, not all at once. Have 5 to 8 ounces, 150 to 250 milliliters every hour or two, about 8 to 10 times a day. Start strong each morning. Drink 14 to 17 ounces, 400 to 500 milliliters, right after waking up to thin your blood after sleep. Choose better water, mineral or alkaline water, pH 7 to 8, with lemon, cucumber, or a pinch of sea salt for electrolytes. Avoid the wrong drinks. Sugary sodas and excess coffee dehydrate your cells and can spike blood sugar, triggering heart attack warning signs in vulnerable adults. Think of your bloodstream as a river. Water is the rain that keeps it moving. Without enough, that river dries, thickens, and clogs, setting the stage for disaster. But even when your blood flows smoothly, there's one simple thing you can do with your feet each morning to cut clot risk by more than half. Number 2. Barefoot morning walks in the sun. One of the simplest ways to protect your heart and brain doesn't involve pills, gyms, or even breaking a sweat. It starts with your feet. Walking barefoot on natural ground, like grass, soil, or sand, helps your body release excess electrical charge. This process, sometimes called grounding, can reduce oxidative stress, a silent driver of inflammation and clot formation. Less oxidative stress means smoother blood flow and lower risk for silent heart attack symptoms and strokes. Pair that with the early morning sun, and you get double the benefit. Sunlight before 9 a.m. boosts your vitamin D levels naturally. Vitamin D is crucial for reducing arterial stiffness, balancing your immune system, and helping control blood pressure. All vital for anyone concerned about how to prevent heart disease and stroke without over-medicating. You don't need hours outside or strenuous activity. Just 30 minutes each morning at a slow, comfortable pace on a safe surface is enough. Even for those with stiff joints or mobility issues, this habit can improve circulation and reduce clot risk. Think of the earth and sun as a natural charger, gently recharging your body, softening your blood vessels, and giving your heart less to fight against. But while these 30 minutes can set your day on the right path, one common breakfast mistake can erase all these benefits before the morning is over. Number 3. An anti-inflammatory, insulin-friendly breakfast. What's the most common morning mistake for people over 50? White toast, sugary cereals, or a glass of boxed fruit juice? These quick options overload your pancreas, spike insulin, inflame your arteries, and quietly increase your long-term risk for congestive heart failure and stroke. Why is this such a problem? When insulin is constantly forced to handle sugar spikes, your body stores more fat in the blood as triglycerides. Those triglycerides, along with rising LDL cholesterol, make your blood thicker and more toxic for your arteries, a setup for silent heart attack symptoms down the road. The fix is simple and delicious. Start your day with plain oats for slow-release energy and soluble fiber, chia seeds for omega-3 fatty acids and extra fiber, blueberries for antioxidants that protect your arteries, unsweetened Greek yogurt for protein and probiotics. This combo is considered part of one of the best diets for heart disease, helping lower LDL, stabilize blood sugar, and protect your arterial walls. These foods are also naturally rich in B-complex vitamins and magnesium, acting like gentle food-based vitamins for heart health without the need for another pill. Think of insulin as a gatekeeper. When you keep slamming that gate with refined sugars, it eventually breaks. Your bloodstream floods like a raging river, and your arteries are left to take the damage. But even with the right breakfast, one tiny seasoning habit can silently keep your heart and blood pressure under constant stress. Number 4. Salt. Choosing the wrong type and dose. Most people think the salt shaker on the table is harmless, but refined table salt does more than flavor your food. It traps water, stiffens your arteries, and raises blood pressure. High blood pressure is still the #1 risk factor behind heart attack warning signs and strokes, especially in adults over 50. The fix isn't cutting all salt, but choosing it wisely. Switch to unrefined sea salt, which is naturally rich in potassium and magnesium. These minerals help relax your vessels instead of tightening them. Keep sodium intake under 1,500 milligrams per day, roughly 2/3 of a teaspoon. The right salt acts like oil for your blood vessels, helping them stay flexible. The wrong kind turns those vessels into brittle pipes that crack under pressure. But even with perfect salt habits, one hidden problem can still put your brain and heart at risk while you sleep: your body's nighttime schedule. Number 5. Align your sleep. Control cortisol and nighttime blood pressure. Your heart and brain do most of their repair work while you sleep. But when your bedtime shifts later and later, or your schedule changes night to night, your body can't reset the way it should. Instead, cortisol, your main stress hormone, stays elevated, and your blood pressure remains high during the most dangerous hours between 3 and 5 a.m. This combination is one of the key reasons so many people over 50 wake up to signs of a heart attack or stroke, even if they felt fine the night before. Protecting yourself starts with simple changes. Be in bed by 11 p.m., so your body can fall into deep, restorative sleep. Turn off screens an hour before bed. The blue light from phones and TVs tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime, delaying your natural sleep hormones. Avoid caffeine after 2 p.m., since even a mid-afternoon cup can keep your brain wired at midnight. Use calming teas like chamomile or lemon balm to help your body relax naturally. When you get consistent, deep sleep, your body can stabilize blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and protect your brain. Even your morning mood and energy improve, making it easier to keep other habits on track. But even with solid sleep, your heart still needs to be heard each day. Because one hidden rhythm problem can multiply your risk of stroke fivefold. Number 6. Check your heartbeat and blood pressure at home. Every day, your heart sends you clues about its health. But most people never take the time to listen. One of the most common and overlooked dangers for people over 50 is atrial fibrillation, AFib, a condition where your heart's rhythm becomes irregular. AFib can trigger symptoms of a silent heart attack and raise your risk of stroke by up to 5 times, yet many people feel nothing at all. No chest pain, no shortness of breath, just a hidden rhythm problem quietly increasing your odds of a medical emergency. Fortunately, you don't need any fancy equipment to keep tabs on your heart. Here's a simple daily check you can do in under a minute. Place 2 fingers, your index and middle, on your wrist, just below the base of your thumb. Count the beats for 15 seconds, then multiply by 4 to get your heart rate. As you count, notice the rhythm. Is it steady, like a drum, or does it skip, flutter, or pause? If your pulse feels uneven or unusual, schedule a checkup and ask your doctor for an ECG, electrocardiogram. It's quick, painless, and could prevent a major event. Think of a steady pulse like calm background music. Everything feels in tune. But when beats start skipping, it's like a storm brewing quietly beneath the surface. And even if your heartbeat is strong and steady, one overlooked habit, when you eat, not just what you eat, can still make your blood thicker and your heart work harder than it should. Number 7. Eat by your body clock. Protect pancreas, prevent thick blood. When you eat can be just as important as what you eat, especially for your heart and brain. Late-night snacks, heavy dinners, or skipping meals entirely can throw your body's natural rhythm into chaos. These habits disrupt your pancreas and insulin levels, causing sharp spikes in triglycerides and blood sugar. Over time, this combination thickens your blood and inflames your arteries, quietly setting the stage for heart attack symptoms in men and women, often with no warning until it's too late. Keeping your body in sync is simpler than you think. Stick to 2-3 balanced meals a day at regular times. Your pancreas functions best when it knows when to work. Avoid eating after 8 p.m., since late-night digestion keeps your blood sugar elevated when your body is supposed to be resting. Keep dinner light, lean protein, vegetables, and healthy fats to prevent glucose and fat from flooding your bloodstream overnight. Think of your pancreas like a factory. If you keep forcing it to run at odd hours or overload it all at once, the system wears down and starts leaking problems into your blood. Extra fat, sugar, and inflammation that your heart has to battle all night long. And even if your digestion is perfectly timed, there's still one factor, not physical but emotional, that quietly damages your arteries and raises your blood pressure. Number 8. Reduce loneliness. Build social connection. Your emotional health has more impact on your heart than most people realize. Loneliness, especially in people over 50, can quietly push your body into stress mode. When you feel isolated, cortisol, your main stress hormone, stays elevated. Over time, this causes chronic inflammation, stiffens your arteries, and raises blood pressure. For many, this silent stress is just as harmful to heart health for seniors as a poor diet or lack of exercise. You don't need a large social circle to protect your heart. Small, consistent connections make a big difference. Join a local walking group or a gentle yoga class. The movement helps, but the company matters even more. Schedule a weekly phone call with a friend or family member. Just 10 minutes of real conversation can lower stress and steady your heartbeat. Connection works like oxygen for the soul. Without it, your body struggles, stress hormones rise, and your arteries narrow, making everything else you do for your heart far less effective. But even with a strong support system, there's still one hidden culprit sitting in your morning cup that can quietly undo all your progress. Number 9. Avoid late-day caffeine and sugary drinks. Some drinks you enjoy without thinking can quietly work against your heart, especially as you age. Coffee or strong tea after 2 p.m. might feel harmless, but it can keep your brain wired well into the night, raising both your heart rate and blood pressure when your body needs to rest most. Sugary sodas, bottled teas, and flavored drinks bring another problem. They pull water out of your cells, spike your blood sugar, and inflame your arteries. Over time, this combination increases your risk for heart attack symptoms and strokes, often without any obvious warning. The solution isn't to give up beverages, but to choose ones that hydrate and heal instead of deplete and damage. Mineral water, which replenishes essential electrolytes naturally. Unsweetened herbal teas like chamomile or rooibos, which calm your system without caffeine. Coconut water, a gentle, natural way to hydrate and support your circulation. Making this small switch, especially in the afternoons and evenings, gives your heart a break and lets your body truly repair overnight. And finally, there's one weekly habit just 5 minutes long that can reveal hidden risks and protect you before disaster ever strikes. Number 10. The 5-minute weekly health ritual. This final habit takes just 5 minutes each week, but it can save your life. By setting aside this time, you can catch 7 symptoms of a heart attack up to a month before a crisis, or even detect silent heart attack warning signs that most people overlook. Here's what to track once a week. Blood pressure. Aim for a steady reading, ideally below 130/80. Sudden spikes can signal your arteries are under stress. Heart rate. Not just the number, but whether it feels steady and even. Blood glucose. Even if you're not diabetic, rising trends can indicate your pancreas is overworked. Weight and waist size. Extra fat around your belly increases your risk for heart attack and stroke. Physical changes. Pay attention to dizziness, unusual fatigue, blurred vision, or changes in your balance. These subtle clues can warn you before something serious happens. This is also the perfect time to talk with your doctor about the best vitamins and supplements for heart health, such as CoQ10, magnesium, and omega-3 fatty acids. These can support energy, circulation, and artery health, but it's important to get personalized guidance before adding them to your routine. Think of this ritual like checking the oil in your car. It's quick, easy, and keeps your engine, your heart and brain, from breaking down unexpectedly. And when you combine this habit with the other 9, you build a protective shield around your heart and mind, one small step at a time. Stroke and heart attack don't have to be your fate. They aren't punishments or inevitable parts of aging. Most of the risk comes from small, daily choices we often don't even realize we're making. But here's the good news. Every positive habit you add becomes a layer of protection. Every glass of water you sip, every barefoot step in the morning sun, every mindful breakfast, every moment of restful sleep, every quick pulse check, and every 5-minute health review. Each one is a brick in the foundation of cleaner blood, stronger arteries, and a sharper brain. You don't need to change everything at once. Just start with one habit today. Maybe it's drinking that extra glass of water in the morning, or walking barefoot for 30 minutes before breakfast, or simply calling a friend tonight. Each small step helps your heart, your brain, and your future self. And remember, health isn't just about avoiding disease. It's about living fully, with energy and clarity, so you can enjoy the years ahead with the people you love. So choose one habit right now and share it with someone you care about. Because sometimes, a single small change isn't just life improving, it's life saving.